I mean, was it better late than never?
Only apply that. Get it, don't be timid when you in it, apply that. Love upon it, give along, need it. I don't want no trip, baby, spend like
Here. My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay? You guys, we are back to talk The Boys, Season 4, Episode 8, the finale. And y'all, it just took too long to get here. You know what I mean? This episode wasn't bad, all right? But the fact that we had to go through all of those episodes to get here really grinds my gears and tweaks my melons. You know what I mean? We could have cut out 50% of what we saw, got here, and then got a really climactic moment and still some good resolution in 8 episodes. But anyway, y'all, let's get into this recap. At the end, I will give you my overall thoughts. And don't forget that tomorrow night, we will be going live to talk The Boys finale. So anyway, the episode opens up and we see a news report. We find out that the A-Train movie has been canceled and that the Soups, the 7, are on an All Lives Matter campaign and they're taking ownership, right? Yeah, right. This was probably Ashley's brainchild just to get the people. And so they're also at this very moment certifying the election for Singer and Newman, right? For that ticket. And so there's this whole thing going on the House floor. Meanwhile, we see MM and Frenchie, and basically MM is pressuring Frenchie to get the virus out of Samir's leg and whatever needs to be done to get this virus active so they can have it as a tool, right? Meanwhile, fake Starlight and Huey are having all the sex that they can have, all right? And she proposes to Huey, and Huey says yes. And my thing is, Huey, you and Starlight ain't touched in 6 episodes except for a friendly pat on the back, a hug, a brief maybe hand holding, and now she's riding it like a rodeo show and she's proposing to you and you believe it so much so that you get your people's ring and put it on her finger. She's looking at it in the bed and realize she's beginning to fade, so she goes to see the real Starlight, who she has chained to the floor in some dark dank dungeon. And Starlight's powerless, right? But she's got to get that fix. She's got to get a little bit of Starlight's essence. But while she's doing that, she's reading her mind. And she's like, listen, don't worry. I'm not going to do anything to your mom. But also goes into this whole thing about how Starlight and the other Soups believe that they're the hero in their own stories. Nothing is their fault. Their actions are all justified. And we get more information on this shapeshifter, which, spoiler alert, she doesn't make it through the end of the episode, but this is a character that I actually liked, y'all. I don't know. I like the shapeshifter. I would have liked to explore that more, but hey, they do what they do. And so again, she tells Starlight, who's chained down, that and Huey, I proposed to Huey. He said yes, and that she's getting all the sex, all the things. Meanwhile, Butcher is low, baby. Butcher, low blood pressure. He's in the hospital. He's on his way out, right? He's about to take that dirt nap. Kessler is like, let me fix this. All right. Homelander's winning. Everybody's winning. You're losing. But if you agree to this bargain, I can take over. So literally he's making a deal with the devil inside of himself if he chooses to, right? But immediately he doesn't. But Kessler is saying, I can fix it. I'm that thing inside of you and I can make all of this come together. Grace comes to visit Butcher, but not for anything pleasant. They're on a mission. They have work to do. And she's extremely pissed, of course, because she feels like Butcher's the reason why I believe Ryan is with Homelander. And she wants Ryan. Everybody wants Ryan. Meanwhile, Homelander is back at his apartment and he's playing with his public hairs in the jar and he's disgusted. And I'm like, Homelander, you're the one doing this nastiness. He's cleaning up after Ryan because Ryan's a growing boy and his school bag is spread about and he's going through things. And of course, he finds the gift from Butcher, the framed picture of Butcher and his mom. Homelander spazzes out. Ryan's not there, gets there a little bit later. And I'm like, is he going to beat Ryan up? What you going to do, Homelander? It was giving you're an abusive father, Homelander, because he's basically decimated the entire apartment. The flag's on fire. And so Ryan runs away because I'm running to Ryan. All right. Meanwhile, Starlight is trying to escape and it's just, girl, hopeless. But again, in this interaction, I am grateful that the shapeshifter told Starlight the truth. right? Girl, you're not your own hero. Your actions haven't been justified. I think it was a reality check and a truth that Starlight needed to hear. Huey calls Butcher for his help. He's like, we need you. And Butcher is reminiscent about this topless steakhouse and makes Huey promise that he'll go there because he's not long, right? Butcher feels like he is on his way out and says goodbye. And anyway, Homelander and Vic are on the firecracker show. And we know Vic was trying to play it cool, at least until the votes were certified. But Homelander says, no, I'm going to expose Vic right now. And so basically he zaps her. And of course she protects herself. So now everyone knows that she's a soup, right? And so Vic is like, why did you do this? Because Singer is going to try to have me unalive now. I'm not in a good position. And Homelander is basically like, I own you now. We're going to take out Singer today. You're going to be president. And you're going to do whatever I say, because if you don't, there will be repercussions. All right. And so our fates are connected. And she's like, do you even know what this means for you? You're going to have to arrest half of these people, half of the people who work for Vought, anyone who has anything on you, any leverage. You're going to have to get him. And so basically he has Ashley make a list of all these people. Meanwhile, is still pressuring Frenchie. And I'm like, well, dang, man, you standing over him telling him to hurry up isn't going to help him hurry and synthesize this virus, right? Huey is getting everything on Newman, right, for because they think that's their last resort now that Newman has been outed. But none of the information's there. Everything's been wiped. Everything that he had, the paper copies, the backups, all gone. And so it's like, we were trying to be on the offensive. Now we're going to have to play defense. All right. And so he's like, we're going to have to get the crew together, go to Singer in the bunker and secure it that way and just try to defend the president. Ryan makes it to Butcher, right? So it's Ryan, Grace, and Butcher. And basically they're like, we need you to stay. And Ryan is like, well, I see you have Connect 4. Let's play Connect 4. And Grace, you did too much. I don't want to go too far yet, but you did too much. You did too much. It didn't have to result in the way it did. All right. Meanwhile, Deep is daydreaming about Ambrosia because we know he unalived her the last episode and he's in his feelings. He missed the octopussy, right? He misses it. Ashley knows and delivers the list. Firecracker is sick, honey, apparently from this medication that's allowing her to make the milk. We know she said before that it would do stuff with her heart. President Singer is being taken out, of course, is the plan. Deep says Ashley's not on this list and she should be. We know Ashley's always going to be ear hustling. She's outside the door when Homelander says, you're right, Deep, that's smart. And so she runs immediately to Homelander's apartment and injects herself with the V. Now, was it the tent V? Was it the regular V? Because, baby, she started morphing like Alien Nation, all right? It was not cute, not a good look. That wig came all the way off, and we saw her patchy head expanding in and out, in and out, in and out. And I don't know what Ashley is going to be after all is said and done. But she said, you're not going to take me out without a fight. And listen, I'm not mad, Ashley. I'm not mad at you. Meanwhile, all the boys, Huey, Starlight, Kimiko, go to Singer. Well, the fake Starlight, right? Because we know the real one is still locked away. During this time, Emma is like, keep your eyes out. Anyone could be the shapeshifter, so just know that. And then immediately Huey realizes in this moment that Starlight is the shapeshifter. And my thing is, Huey, you're always a little bit late. You're not even a little bit, most times a lot a bit late. You and Starlight had not been getting Bucky naked at all. And all of a sudden she is riding it like a pony, Genuine said. And you still don't realize this isn't the same Starlight until now? Makes sense for me, Huey. Make it make sense. And so she discovers, because they both have tails, MM's hand starts hurting. Huey's crushing the water bottle. It's like, come on, bruh. She makes light work of all of these people. Kimiko gets Singer and they're running down. She and Kimiko get into it. Baby, she takes Kimiko out, but we know Kimiko ain't gonna stay out. Huey, it has Singer and it's like, go, go, go. And the real Starlight pulls up, baby. But she still ain't got no powers. But if Starlight can't do nothing else, she can fight. She can throw them things. We saw how she beat down Firecracker. She beat this heifer down the same way, chokes her out, ends her. It is what it is. Now we have Vic and Homelander. And they're like, listen, Vic is like, Singer is alive. Where is Sage? Get her on the phone because we need her to fix this show that you created, right? And then Homelander threatens her and says, listen, Vicky, if you don't do what I want, I will send you a part of Zoe every single year or as long as you live. All right, you're going to stick by my side. And she's like, oh, heck, what am I going to do? Finally, after everything's all said and done, they've already been to war. Frenchie's finally finished the virus. And honestly, this part really annoyed me because Starlight's there and now she wants to talk to Huey about the engagement and try to feign jealousy. And girl, who the hell cares? How are you jealous? It was your daggum doppelganger. It was you for all intents and purposes with your memories. How are you mad at him? Girl, you just wanted me to be the perfect docile hole for you, Huey. And Huey's like, that's not true. I like the damaged you. And of course, she's even offended by that. She later tells him, you need to get tested for everything because I don't want shapeshifter Sif, right? Just dumb. I could have done completely without that. All of these weird romance things you guys tried to throw into this last episode, we could have done without completely. It was not necessary. So the soups are taking out everyone now, right? And also my question is, where is Stan the man? Where is Stan Edgar? That's who Vic needed before she got into this next conundrum that we see her get into. So Vic appeals to Huey and is like, listen, I'll do anything. I just need protection for me and Zoe. Once I get the presidency, I'll resign. I'll do whatever you guys need me to do. And Huey has a heart for her. They were friends for a period of time and he brings her in to the boys, right? But again, meanwhile, the soups are taking out everyone at Vought. Noor takes out the wrong Ashley, which is so stupid. Firecracker's still sick, can barely fight. And the Deep is wanting affirmations from people that he's trying to take out. Again, the Deep is just awful and miserable. And I don't even understand why he's still here, except just to be gross and disgusting. So of course, Huey wants to help Vic. She comes there and everyone is kind of just looking around. It's going to happen. Then we see Kamiko and Frenchie, and they're talking about, is this a good idea? I don't know if this is good to have Vic come. And then they kiss. What the hell? Who cares about this? If you were going to do this Kamiko Frenchie love story, why not carry that out through the season? Give us a slow burn with it. But you wanted to introduce Colin. You wanted to introduce all these other elements in the show. Kamiko's whole little thing with the people that she was recruiting for whatever Six Soups fights or whatever she had back in the day. Literally at this point, I could care less. Now we are back with Ryan and Butcher. And again, Grace doing too much. Grace lets everything fall out about Homelander, how the reason Ryan here is because he's a product of Grape, that Homelander assaulted the mom, which we all knew. Your daddy's the worst. He took out them people on the plane. Everything that bad happened, your dad did it. And so he's like, I just want to go home. I'm not sure I want to be here. I need to think about all of these things that you've told me right now. And she's like, I can't let you go. And he's like, so what, you're going to lock me in a cage? And she's basically like, I don't want to. We can train you. You're going to have to take out your dad. He's like, you want me to unalive Homelander? He's stronger than me. She's like, we could train you. And he's like, I'm not going to stay here. Why does she block his path and threaten to push the button? Dummy dumb. Butcher is watching my man. He knows what's going to happen. Ryan throws Grace across the room, breaks her neck. It's done. She's done, right? And Ryan looked like he felt a little bit of a way, but girl, sit down somewhere. Use a soup. What did you think was going to happen? And here comes Kessler. Time to give in to Kessler, I guess, right? So now the boys are ready for Newman and Zoe. They're there. And Vic says, help me and I'll help you. Quid pro quo. We know the deal. And here comes Butcher talking about no deal. The next thing we know, the creature that lives within him is out with its tentacles and basically draws and quarters Newman in the air. Zoe tries to pull out her little thing and he wants to take Zoe out, but they don't let him do that. Huey gets in the way. He's like, listen to me. I wanted you to trust me, but Huey, that's not the same Butcher. This Butcher's healthy and demonic, and he's on his own mission. And after all was said and done, he said, well, y'all are welcome. You're welcome. Vic didn't stand a chance. She didn't even have a chance to blow up anybody's head. It was over before she could eat. It was over before it began. It happened so quickly, right? And so now Homelander's at home crying because Newman's gone. Sister Sage comes in talking about, where's Ryan? We won. This was all the plan. Newman would have been a problem. Again, y'all, I don't like Sister Sage's positioning at all. I felt how I felt in the beginning, and everybody was like, well, just wait and see who she's going to be, wait and see how it's going to work, and very anticlimactic. This was all just to see if she could do it for Homelander? Really? That's it? It was all part of my plan. Beware for phase 2. I don't get it. Somebody drop it in the comments and let me know, because it wasn't a good look for me. But basically, Singer's gonna go down for Newman's unaliving because they have him recorded saying all the things. The boys are now on the most wanted list. The Speaker of the House was pledging allegiance to Homelander, willing to do all of his bidding. And so now he's deputized all of the soups. And now they can fill their prisons with dissidents and people who are abiding by the rules. So now the boys are on the run. I don't know what's going to be for season 5, y'all. This season was so underwhelming for me. But anyway, the rest of the episode. And so now the boys go their separate ways. Butcher's already on the road. He's solo dolo. It's just him and his internal demon Kessler. But M goes his way. He's got his passport. Kimiko and Frenchie are together. And then, of course, Huey and Starlight. Huey and Starlight are in the car, and we see that girl that was in that facility who can just decimate people instantly. Huey gets carted off, but Starlight all of a sudden gets her powers, and she's actually the only one of the boys that gets away other than Butcher. MM is at the airport, and Long Schlong Dong gets him. I'm like, I don't get it. Why? But anyway, the guy with the big long one gets him in the airport bathroom. And then Kimiko and Frenchie are gotten by the Godokin kids that came and did the little fake speech earlier this season, episode 6, maybe 5 or 6. And so now all the boys are going to be in internment camps minus Starlight. So maybe she'll find A-Train in season 5. I'm not going to make any conjecture yet. But then at the very end, as Frenchie's being taken away, we see Kimiko find her voice. She screams, and I'm like, oh, Kimiko, girl. Also, and this was what happened at the very end. Again, they're talking about making America soups again, making America super again. And Homelander, accompanied by the new president, goes down and they find Soldier Boy. And so apparently Soldier Boy will be back for season 5 as well. Y'all, again, to me, it was just too little too late. This season was completely underwhelming in my mind. It didn't compare even to last season to me. Y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts were on it. Again, we will be doing a live and cutting it up and going through it. This episode was the best episode of season 4 for me, but I don't know if that's saying too much, y'all. I don't know if it's saying too much. And going into season 5, it seems like all the odds are stacked against the boys. And who is this new Butcher gonna be? What can we expect? It seems like all humanity is gone. So it might be interesting. It might be a compelling season 5. Only time will tell. And for season 5, I'll be back to talk about it. Why not? But if you guys are still here, I appreciate you so much for watching and watching The Boys with me this season. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video.